Hi, my name is Ahmed Mazhari. I'm the president of Microsoft Asia. These are my biggest lessons. Challenge yourself to learn new things every day. When I was called by Microsoft for a potential role, and then as Microsoft offered this role, living in London, packed my bags, moved to Asia for the first time ever living in this part of the world. Interestingly, a lot of my life was in services to move to a product company. And if someone were to say, hey, how do you make decisions? I always say, control a few variables, change a few. But in this one, I did many together, and I could not have made a better decision. So I encourage everyone, don't grow roots in the geographies and the businesses you always operate in. Try something new. It'll teach you many things in life. Take bets on people. Look, many of us who will be listening to this would say somebody bet on them sometime in their career. I was super fortunate, extremely lucky that I had a boss who took a bet on me. The first job, he made the biggest impact in my life. He was my lifeguard, but he allowed me to do things that I'd never experimented done with. And then bet on me for bigger jobs. And this is where I say, don't look for perfection of ticking every box and every section of the job that you're trying to offer someone. Have in your gut the ability to pick people who have a learning mindset and who have the courage to try. Give them a chance. Speak up. This is something that I reflect on even today. When I have walked out of a meeting or an interaction where I go, oh gosh, I wish I had said, I'm not sure I agree with you completely. And I think in the context of that, what you give up is being genuine. Because being genuine is being clear. And when you're clear, you have to share what you feel. Sometimes great ideas would never surface because one does not have the courage to speak, or one does not create the environment to speak. So this is two ways, I think. One, I would encourage teams to speak up, and I would encourage bosses to create the psychological safety that people can speak up when they have a point of view. Determine what's important for you and be intentional and focus in it. I'll divide it into two parts. One, my personal well-being. About 22 years ago, maybe 23 years ago, I was diagnosed borderline hypertensive. The doctor said, you either fix it or we'll fix you chemically, i.e. medication. Here I am. Those many years later, I run, I train in the gym, I do yoga, I listen to music, anything that helps me be calm and composed both mentally and physically. I'm in much better shape today because I focus on what was important, my well-being. Think about business. We're in the age of AI. It's changing every day. New models, new approaches, new regulations, new innovation. The only way to be close to it, I wouldn't say on top of it, is to learn intentionally. I have carved out parts of my Friday to learn. As a matter of fact, I just did a 30-minute session with an AI guru before this interview. So I'm excited because I learned more. Be humble about where we've got to. I'm very privileged. I grew up watching my parents give back to society. In fact, my dad and I were speaking about it just yesterday. We found 2 more children that we want to help on education, and they're not privileged to be there. I feel humbled that I have an opportunity to help families that way. It's fantastic. I actually also contribute my time to learning where kids do not have the privilege of learning in markets like India, Bangladesh, Myanmar, and some parts of Southeast Asia where we're expanding. This is a foundation I work with. The second area is where someone very close in the family went through some very challenging times from a mental health standpoint that impacted me. And I'm working very closely on the global board of an alliance that deals with mental health. Today, hundreds and hundreds of millions of people are impacted by an ailment that you can never see, never diagnose, and therefore it's almost very hard to treat. Therefore, my gratitude is hence very deep, very personal, and very connected to who I am.